back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. Welcome to day 19 of Vlogtober. And if I'm just being 100% honest, I ran out of costumes. All right, I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. I ran out of costumes and I'm trying to be creative. And you know, your girl over here going through her, learning journey of being smarter, playing chess, not checkers. You feel it? Do it make sense? I'll try my best, y'all. It's a little bit messed up because I was trying to hurry up because let me tell you how day 19 is almost over and I have yet to record anything for y'all. So this is what I threw together real quick. I mean, I think it's pretty creative. What do you guys think? Is it giving creativity? Is it giving creativity? Once again, my daughter's in the tub again. Sorry if y'all hear the water in the background, but I have to hurry up and film this for y'all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, because your girl is still trying to reach 2K. So help your girl out and make sure you're subscribed. All right, so let's get into it. You already know I got a story time. If you can tell by the title, this is about a quick little Philly trip I went to for a weekend with this guy I was talking to. And we weren't talking for very long, but he wanted to take me to Philly. And I was just like, free Philly trip, let's do it. Cool. All right, so let's just get straight into the story. The guy we're going to be talking about in this story, we're going to name him Todd. And I met Todd out one day. I feel like I meet guys out all the time. And that's at this point in my life, I just feel like that's not where I need to be meeting guys at. Yeah. Anyway, I met him out one day on a Sunday Funday. Y'all know I meet all these things out on Sunday Funday because Sunday Funday just be so lit. And that's when everybody just be coming out. So I met him out at a Sunday Funday. And we was vibing, like real cool. I'm not going to lie. I didn't find him like all that, I guess you could say attractive. But that night I did. And I'm not going to lie. I had hella liquor in me. And y'all already know how it be. When you're drinking and just that person you're with just seems that much more attractive. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm looking at this now and this looks so crooked, but like I said, y'all try my best. So that night he was just looking attractive to me, I guess you can say. And I was feeling him. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a cool dude. It was the first time I actually seen him because I would, like, me and Chelsea, y'all. Of course I was out with Chelsea. But me and Chelsea would always hang out with this particular friend group, but I've never seen Todd out. So I'm like, okay, he was real cool. And he's, of course, the group that we was with, they all got money for real. And Todd was one of the ones who had like one of the most money for real. So I ain't gonna hold you. I was really feeling him after that. The way Sunday Funday would work is we would go to this one bar from like 4 to like, I don't know, 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, everybody would leave to go to this other club or whatever. And Todd had bought a section and bottles. And we was just all super lit. Mind you, when we was in the first bar, he was already buying hella drinks in there. So we was just all drunk. Like, it was drunk. But I had really started talking to him once we went outside to walk to the second bar. So that's where I really started to get to meet him, and he was real cool. So, I feel like once guys basically try to like lock you in or they talk to you, they be basically trying to make you theirs for the night. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what he was doing. So I was over by him and we was kind of, I don't want to say hugged up, but we was like dancing, taking shots, and we was close. Like, it looked like we was probably together type thing. So he was real cool. Like, I was feeling his vibe. Cool. That day goes, I give him my number. He hits me up the next day and everything's cool. Now, the next day comes and I'm not going to lie. Like, I remember what he looked like and I knew that I wasn't like super attracted to him. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I wasn't super attracted to him. So I felt kind of bad because I didn't want to like lead him on. But at the same time, I'm like, well, he has a cool vibe. So let me just see where it goes type thing. So we're talking. Of course, he wants to take me on a date. So after talking for about a week, he's like, let me take you to Top Golf. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, Top Golf seems cool. At this point, I had never been to Top Golf. So I was like, yeah, like, I feel like that's a great date to go on. So I remember he was just like, well, do you want me to come pick you up? And I'm like, no, that's fine. Like, you don't need to pick me up. And he was just like, well, I really want to ride together, you know, since it is kind of far. And from where we live, Top Golf is kind of out the way. So I can understand why he wanted to drive. So I was just like, you know what? How about I park by your place? Because I just didn't want anybody to come to my place. But I was like, how about I park at your place and then we can go from there? And he was just like, all right, that's cool. So, you know, nice little compromise. So I'm like, bet. I remember pulling up to his crib and I hopped in his car and we went on about our way. Now, the drive was cool. We was just listening to music. We was talking, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but that's just me. Like, I'm always nervous when I'm going on a date, especially if it's with a guy that I don't really know. But I guess you can say I was trusting him enough because I know all of his friends. Like, I know the entire friend group. They're not no weirdos. So, of course, I'm looking at him like, okay, he's most likely cool as well. He ain't no weirdo. Plus, for the week I've been texting and talking to him, and from the one time that I did hang out with him and when I met him at the club, you know, he seemed cool. So I guess you could say, yes, I did feel comfortable enough to hop in his car with him and go to Top Golf for our date. And the drive, like I said, was fine. We got there. And yeah, it was nice. Like I told you, this is the first time I ever been to Top Golf. So I was just like, oh, wow, like this is hella nice. Like I've never been here before. Now I've been there a bunch of times and it's regular, but it's just like, oh, this is so nice. So yeah, y'all, we get there. We get a nice little, you know, seat or whatever. Cause it was nice. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know like there was fans outside. Cause it was like a little bit chilly. It was October-ish. It was around this time of year, y'all. And in Pittsburgh, October is, it's not super cold, but it ain't hot. It ain't hot. So it was pretty chilly, but they had like the little heater on and it's later at night. So the heaters are on and it's nice. It's like 7, 8 o'clock. It's definitely dark outside. So now we're ordering food and we're just talking and getting to know each other and everything is good and gravy and great. So mind you, I'm looking at him and just like, y'all, I know a lot of women, they love the whole, you know, long beard and mustache and all that. And, you know, either a cut, like a low cut, or, you know, braids, like nice braids braided back. And he had braids that he always had braided back. So he had straight backs. So now we're just sitting there, we're getting to know each other. And he had like those straight backs. And, you know, he had the mustache and he had the big beard. Like a lot of women would like that. However, I'm just not a fan of beards, y'all. Like I'm a texture person. So like when somebody like gets close to me and they're like rubbing their face on me and try to kiss me, I just don't like feeling all that. Like, I guess you can say I like a bare-faced guy with maybe like a little bit of stubble or something. But that whole big beard thing, I don't know. I just like could never get with it. Like still to this day, it's just like not really my, oh my gosh, like yes, you have to, no. I'd be like, oh no, baby, no. That's just me though. I know a lot of women who love that, but I didn't. However, I'm just like, I'm going to give him a chance because like I said, he's super cool and I'm pretty sure that's something that I could get past. Like, yeah. So we get through the day and, you know, I'm looking at him, I'm listening to his story and, you know, his background and how he's talking. And I don't want to stay on fully feeling it. Like he's cool, but a part of me is just like, okay, this man just got out of jail, first of all. He just got done doing 6 years. He's been out for about a year now. So, you know, he was telling me how he had got his car, however many months ago he got it. And he just learned how to drive and just got his license. So I'm not going to lie, when he told me that, it made me kind of nervous. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, you drove us here safely. So, you know, that's cool. You know, thank you. And yeah, so he's just like telling me a bunch of stuff and he was telling me some sad stuff too, like some heavy stuff. How he had, you know, a daughter and she passed away when she was like 4 and she passed away while he was in jail. I mean, it was sad as fuck. Like, I was just like, whoo, I mean, thanks for, you know, feeling like you could tell me, but at the same time, like, that's kind of heavy for a first date. But at the same time, we have already been talking for a week, and I can tell that's something that was really, you know, near and dear to him. Or, of course, it's his daughter, and it was probably hard for him to know that I had a daughter, you know, that was his daughter's age when she passed and whatnot. So, or my daughter was younger, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we're talking about all that, and, you know, I'm showing my, you know, sympathy, and oh my gosh, like, that is so crazy. Like, it seems like you've been through a lot, and this and that. So we get through all that, and of course the conversation goes back light, and we're golfing, and we're just having fun, and we're just playing around and enjoying our time. Pretty nice date. Thank you very much, Todd. I appreciate the date. So now he's taking me back to my car, because remember, I'm parked outside of his house. And I just remember him like trying to get me to go in the house, like, come on, come on, come on. And I'm just like, oh no, like, I'm going home. Because at this point we had drinks in us and everything. I'm just like, no, you know, I don't really want to go in and all that extra stuff. But at the same time, like, I'm hit, and I don't know how he did it, but he convinced me to come into his crib. So I'm just like, okay, fine. So I remember coming into his crib, and he was kind of showing me around real quick. And then he had took me upstairs because he was doing something in his room. He was showing me something. And I remember I had sat down on his bed because there was nowhere else to sit. But maybe I should have just stood. But I had sat down on the bed. And y'all, mind you, like, I know what's going on, but I've had a lot of drinks. Like, we was drinking for real, because even at Top Golf, next to us was this group of like guys, and they were, I don't know, I guess they come a lot, so they were really good at golfing. And they just kept buying us rounds too, to the point where they even wanted to take us, they wanted to come with us to like a bar afterwards. And Todd was just like, oh yeah, like, what bar you want to go to? Like, let's go to the bar. And they were like, well, we're headed back into Pittsburgh, because Top Golf is outside of Pittsburgh. It's not in Pittsburgh. That's why I said it's a little further out of a drive. And of course, Todd, he is a hood dude. All right, he's a hood dude. Like I said, he just did 6 years. He's a hood dude. He only go to the hood spots. And I'm not gonna, like, this is a group full of grown men that are like in their mid-30s. They got whole families and wives, and you trying to take them to the hood bars. I could tell they was just like, oh yeah, bro, yeah. Like, I was just sitting there like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see y'all come down to the hood bars. Like, I want to see it. So, of course, they end up not coming with us, but they was beating us shot after shot after shot. I forgot to mention that we ended up going to the bar before we went back to his house. So, we did go to the bar, which I'm not going to lie. Don't get me wrong. I go to the hood bars. Like, I do. But the hood bar we went to is not the hood that I be going to. So, I'm not going to lie. When I went up in there, I was just like, I am so not feeling this. So, of course, he's buying me more drinks, and they're all looking at me, because they're looking at me like I'm overdressed. Because really, I am overdressed for y'all hood ass bitches. I am. I'm too good for this. It's like, no, I don't feel like that. But I'm not going to lie, like, that day, like, what I had on in my outfit, I was not dressed to be in the hood bar. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100. So they was looking at me like, he's this boozy bitch. Because, y'all, I'm from the suburbs. But anyway, so I'm talking to him like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, we didn't have to come to this hood, but we didn't have to go that hood with it. You know what I'm saying? We have to go that hood with it, but whatever. So, you know, he's in his element at this point. And I'm vibing out. Like, I'm cool. Like, I can be with the real class people, and I can be with the hood people. Like, it is what it is. So I'm just sitting there. I'm drinking. And yeah, eventually I'm like, all right, well, we need to go. Because it was a random Tuesday we went on this date. And I don't know where my daughter was. I don't know if I had got a sitter for her or if she was with her dad. Either way, obviously, I didn't have her. But still, the next day is Wednesday, and your girl got work, you know? But I'm drinking and stuff. But shoot, I'll still get up. That's the one thing about me. Like, I'll still get up and go to work. Like, I don't care how much I was drinking. So, of course, after we left the hood bar, we went back to his crib, because of course my car is parked there. And like I said, he convinced me to come into the house. So I did, and I sat on the couch, and y'all, I'm buzzed. Like, I'm coherent. I know what's going on. I probably wasn't like super sober enough to drive, but I knew that I was going to get myself home, you know, because there was no way I was staying there. But anyway, y'all, I don't know how this man talked my drawers off, but he did. He talked them drawers off. However, I did not let him insert anything but a tongue. Okay, that was it. That's all that happened. That's all that happened. All right, yeah. So that happened, and then of course he wanted to do more, but I'm like, nope. I pulls my pants up, and I'm like, all right, like you can walk me to my car, shoot. So he was just like, all right, that's all I want to do anyway. That's all I want to do anyway. And I was just like, okay, because I'm not gonna lie, like when I'm not super attracted to you, I don't want to go all the way with you. Like I'm sure anybody could relate to that. And although I felt him on a different level, like he was cool to talk to and stuff, I don't know, y'all. I just didn't find him that just attractive to me, like looks wise. And I don't know. I guess we wasn't vibing. Like we was cool, but we wasn't all the way there with it. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't. So he ends up walking me out to the car. I got home, you know. He asked me if I got home safely. I'm telling him, yeah, I'll hit him up tomorrow. I thanked him for the date, and it's like, no, let me stop. And that was that. So after that, we're still talking regular. Like we're still talking on the phone, we're still texting, like he's still cool. I know on the weekends sometimes he would meet me out. We would do brunch. We would if we went out to the club, like he would buy bottles and such, like still doing all that stuff. Me, Chelsea, the whole friend group. So we was like all cool. Now, mind you, me and him, we dated all for a span of like 2 months. So just keep that in mind, 2 months. So now, after a month has passed, excuse me, y'all, after like a month or so has passed, it's like, I don't know, 6 weeks down the line, he's like, let's go to Philly. And a part of me was just like, oh, Philly, like, yeah, we can go to Philly. Because I remember before he was talking about wanting to go to Miami and all that. But I don't know why Miami didn't work out. But he was like, let's go to Philly. And I was just like, I'm down for it. Miami, Philly, like, let's just go. Of course, I'd rather go to Miami. But Philly's closer. And fuck it, I've been to Miami plenty of times. I've been to Philly plenty of times too. But something quick for the weekend, like, let's just go on a humbug type shit. So, of course, before the Philly trip, he was coming over a lot. And well, yeah, at this point I did allow him to cover my house because, like I said, I had got past the looks because the personality was cool. Like we was meshing more, but at the same time, like we still wasn't fully clicking. And I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound very, very shallow, but I also had Chelsea in my ear talking about, bro, just stick with him. He got money. He'll give you this, he'll give you that. And I remember, like, I had to pay my rent. It was coming up, and I was like, short for real. And Chelsea was just like, nah, ask him for the rent money. And I remember I just was just like, well, I don't want to ask him like for all my rent. He was like, girl, just ask him for the rent money. So I decided I was just going to ask him for $500 just to see if he would give it to me, y'all. Just like randomly. And it's crazy because I should have been mentioning this because I asked him for this about 2-3 weeks into us talking. Just 2-3 weeks in. And at this point, I still ain't let him hit. You know, I said at the time he only gave me some head or whatever. And Chelsea was like, ask him for $500, just ask. And y'all, I was so nervous because I just never been the type of girl to just like ask guys for money. Like, my eyes look so weird. But I just never been the type of girl to ask guys for money. So I'm not gonna lie, like a part of me was like nervous, like, you know what I'm saying? But the worst a guy could say is no. You know what I mean? Like the worst he could say was no. So I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna ask. So I remember I invited him over one day and I asked him. I just asked him. And he was just like, yeah. You know, I'm you know, yeah. Like, you know, I got you, you know. So I was just like, okay, cool. So he comes over. I remember we're in my room. We're watching a movie. We're chilling. And that night, like, we ended up doing the do, y'all. Like, swear, we ended up doing it. Because I guess, I'm not going to lie, part of me felt like, I feel like he's not going to give me the money unless I do something with him. And for real, I should have just waited to see if he would give it to me before I'm doing that. But I don't know, y'all. That's pretty much what happened. So we ended up doing the do. So the next morning, because I let him come over, but he has to leave before my daughter wakes up, because like I don't play that. Before he leaves, I'm just like, oh yeah, can I get the $500? Because he carries around watts of cash, y'all, just watts and watts of cash. So he's just like, oh yeah, I got you. And he just started like counting out the money or whatever, and just counting it out. And he just like, yeah, I would have gave you this. You don't have to do what you did last night, which I didn't really do anything. I just let you hit, but whatever. And I was just like, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So he really gave me the $500, and I'm like, oh shit, like, see what happens when you ask. But I still wonder if he would have gave it to me if I didn't let him hit. You know what I mean? But I will never know, because I already fucked it up by letting him hit before, seeing if he would give me the money first. But anyway, he gave me the money. Cool. So at this point, I'm letting him come over like every couple days or whatever. So now he's coming over. Of course, now we're having casual sex at this point. And I just noticed, like, the first time it was cool. But after like time went on, I don't know, our bodies just didn't mesh well. And I think it's because a part of me just didn't like him all the way. You know what I mean? Like, I liked him, but a part of me was using him, which don't do that, y'all. It's hard. Like, I don't know how, females are out here really talking to these guys with money. Like, how do y'all fake it? It is so hard to fake. So I tried, y'all. I tried as long as I could. And I realized, like, I'm just not that type of person who can fake liking you to get what I want. Like, I just can't do it. But I'm sorry, Todd, but I did try doing that with you. I really did. So now he's coming over, we're sleeping together, and I noticed, like, he would only want like back shots, or he would want head. And after a while, I'm just like, I feel like you don't want to do nothing else. Like, you don't want to do missionary. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It kind of was giving me like gay vibes. He did just do 6 years, but I mean, at the same time, guys like back shots. They like back shots, especially if you got a big old booty, you know what I'm saying? And guys like head. So, but in my head, I'm just like, no, he's gay. He's gay because it's all he ever wants. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's gay? Or do y'all think guys just like booty and head? Like, you know what I mean? But no other position? Like, this is annoying. Like, I don't, and like, back shots just isn't my favorite, and I hate giving head. So maybe it was just the fact that I didn't like it. I'm like, you're gay. I don't know. I really don't. But anyway, fast forward. See, he asked me to go to Philly with him, y'all. I said yes. Cool. So we leave on a Friday. We was coming back on Sunday. Real quick trip. So I remember we're driving in his car, and I'm excited because I'm like, oh my God, we're about to go partying in Philly. Like, I already know what type of time he's trying to be on. He's probably trying to go to the strip club and this and that. Like, I know he want to go shopping, and yeah. So we go to Philly, and I remember, like I said, y'all, he always has cash. I remember he do have a card, but I don't know, y'all. He just always has cash, and that's because he sells he sell that. So he got money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, so he always got big cash on him. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had money, but I didn't plan on spending nothing, especially since he said he wanted to take me to Philly, and I didn't have to spend nothing. Sorry, my dog was going to the bathroom, y'all. But he said that I didn't have to spend nothing. So yeah, like, of course I had money on me, but like I said, I wasn't planning on spending that money. So I'm just like, okay, let's go out here. And he's driving. I told him I don't mind driving, if he wanted me to take turns with him. But Philly's only like a 4.5, 5 hour drive, so it's not that bad. So he's driving, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was praying to God the entire Philly trip. The entire trip, because when I tell you this man could not drive, like, he can drive enough to go to Top Golf, but this man could not drive to go to Philly. We almost died like 6 times. I kid you not. So after a while, like, when we stopped to get gas, I said something like, you want me to drive? Because I'm not going to lie, you had a lot of near fatals. He was just like, well, I mean, I'm trying. You know, I just learned how to drive not too long ago. So now, like, I'm fearing for my life. Like, this is not how my life is supposed to end. Like, I do not want to die in a car wreck. Like, oh my God. So, y'all, you know, men, they're like, no, I got it. So I'm just like, okay, all right, Todd, you said you got it, then you got it. So we're still driving. And like I said, I'm just praying to the Lord. I'm praying to the Lord. Over here, like, okay, as we get closer, what hotel did you get? So now I'm looking it up, see how much closer we are to the hotel and all this good stuff. So we get to the hotel. Of course, he was having trouble with the lady at the front because she wasn't trying to let him pay in cash. Like, you got to pay on a card. I don't know. I went over and took my ass to sit down in the lobby, and I was on my phone just doing whatever, Snapchat, whatever. Just, I'm in Philly, guys. What's up with it? Like, what's up? So I don't know. He ends up handling it at the front, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's go. So we go up to the room and we get on wine. And at this point, I'm just like, oh my God, like, yes, I feel good. Now, Todd, he was an alcoholic. When I tell you he drank 1 bottle of Henny a day, maybe more, but definitely 1 bottle of Henny a day, he always had a bottle of Henny in the car. So, bam, we already had a bottle, y'all. Already had a bottle. So now we're in a room, we're drinking, I'm getting dressed, I'm getting cute. He hits his friends up who just happen to be in Philly for the weekend as well, and they come to the room. So now we're all in there, we're drinking, we're turning up, and yeah, we're like, oh, where can we go tonight? Where can we go? And they're like, oh, let's go to this hookah spot first. Like, we went to like this hookah spot because we were gonna go there and get something to eat. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. So we go to the hookah spot, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it closed early or something. It closed at like 1. No, it closed early, y'all. It closed at like 12, because we're like 12 o'clock. Like, why it closed at 12 and everything out here usually closed at 2? I don't know what it was, but it closed early, y'all. So when we got there, it was only open for like 20 more minutes. So we was there and we got like a shot and we left. And it's so crazy because as soon as we left, we're like, all right. They was like, all right, because we had went in 2 separate cars. Did we go in 2 separate cars? Yeah, we went in 2 separate cars. So they're like, his friends is like, follow us. We're going to go to this other spot. So, of course, me and Todd is like, all right, bet. We're going to follow y'all. So we get to the car, and what happens? Todd done locked the keys in the car. And I was so mad because it's just like, we was only in there for 20 minutes. But at the same time, I wasn't mad because it's like, maybe you are my match, because I stay leaving my keys in the car. Stay leaving my damn keys in the car, locking them bitches right in there. So eventually AAA comes, but not for hours later, y'all. When I say hours, I mean, it was 12 o'clock. AAA didn't come till like 3, 4 in the morning. So of course we're hitching a ride with the next people. So there were his friends. So was his friend and the girlfriend. So it's like we was like doing like couples dating kind of. I don't know. But anyway, we had went to this Jamaican spot after hopping in the car with them. We had went to this Jamaican spot, and y'all, when I tell y'all, it was like so lit. It was like in this big ass huge warehouse. Like, I don't know what this place is called, but it was so lit. This huge big ass warehouse. Jamaican music, everybody's dancing, everybody's lit, booty shaking. But yeah, y'all, so it's just like so much going on, and I'm just like, wow, this is like amazing. And mind you, at this point, I'm drunk, so it's just so much going on. Like I said, booty drinking, booty shaking, everybody's drinking. We're in there just taking shot after shot after shot, just drinking. Oh my goodness, we're dancing. Just random girls would get down and start dancing. Niggas is throwing hella money just everywhere, like to the point where I was about to, if I didn't have the skirt on I had on, I would have been down there. It's like, no, let me stop. But for real, y'all, like, so much money was being thrown. And there wasn't even strippers there. It was literally just random girls dancing. But yeah, so it was just like a good, fun night. Y'all, not gonna hold you. So after that started die down. Of course, we're hungry because we were supposed to eat at the hookah spot, but we ain't never ate there. So we went outside, and like I said, they was selling big ass plates. They was cooking all types of, man, we got this big plate of Jamaican food. I was so happy. I was so happy. So then we ended up getting a ride back to the car because AAA had called. And we're just like, hey, we're around the corner. And we're like, bet, here we come. So we get to the car, and yeah, we get in the car, and we all four of us go back to the hotel. So it was just like, ended up being a good night overall. You know what I mean? It was a good night. But mind you, I'm drunk. And when I'm drunk, you know, you get a little tingly down there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do something. You know what I'm saying? So Todd, he is drunk. He is drunk. When I tell you he is drunk a lot, because he was like a functioning alcoholic for real, because he always had a bottle, always drinking. I'm just like, okay, let's go back to the hotel. We ended up beating his friends back to the hotel. And when I tell you we got in there, I wasted no time. Like, I was so ready. Like, I was the one making all the moves for real. So I'll spare y'all the details of that. But we ended up, you know, doing some stuff. But all of a sudden, his friend walks in and his girlfriend walk in, and they see what we doing. And they just kind of follow suit. So they get on their bed and they start doing the same thing. Y'all, it was weird. It was weird, but we was all drunk. I'm sorry. It was weird. We was all drunk. And I ain't gonna hold you. I started hearing like his friends. And you know, they're going at it. But next thing you know, once I'm like, all right, I'm ready for you to put it in, because that whole time me and him was just doing like the foreplay thing. But it was time for him to like put it in, y'all. And I was like so mad because he just couldn't. He just collapsed. And he was just like dead for real. What do they call it? Like drunk dick or something? Like, what do they call it? Like, I don't know. But he was just too drunk. And I was so, yeah, I was so mad. I was so mad that he's just like, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there on the bed, like, because I heard them right next to us going at it. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm just like, I ain't mad for real, because that should be us too, but it's not. The fuck? So I'm not gonna lie, like, even though I shouldn't have been mad, y'all, I'm mad because I'm just already drunk and I'm already ready to get what I'm doing. And you already got me to this point because we done did all that foreplay, and now it's just like, now you can't even do nothing for real, nigga. So now I'm just like, you know, whatever. I literally, in the middle of them having a CX, I was just like, oh yeah, is y'all blunt still up there on the table? Like, can I go hit y'all blunt? And his friend going to stop doing what he was doing, was just like, yeah, go ahead. And literally Todd was so mad that I did that. Like, wow, like, you really gonna ask him for that in the middle of them doing that? Because his friend and the girlfriend could tell, like, we just stopped out of nowhere. And they could tell that I was pissed for real. Like, yo, it was probably low-key embarrassing for them to even be in a room with us at that point. They can tell that I was so mad. So I get up, y'all. I grab the blunt off the table and I go into the bathroom. And I start hitting the blunt or whatever. And because I'm not even going to lie. Like, that was the only thing that was going to make me calm down and just go to sleep. Because I was so mad, y'all. I was so mad. So, of course, you know, he's just like laying there. Todd's just laying there in bed like, damn. So I come out the bathroom. And by the time I come out the bathroom, Todd's friend and the girlfriend, you know, they was just sitting there laying down. Like, is there still more of the blunt left? And I'm like, yeah, it's sitting in the counter in the bathroom. So they get up and they go smoke in the bathroom, whatever. And Todd was just in there looking at me swole. Because I went back and I laid right next to him. He's just like, damn, like, I said I was sorry. Like, I know you're mad. I said I was sorry. And I was just like, it's cool. Like, let's just go to sleep. And I just went to sleep, y'all. For real. Like, was I petty for that? I feel bad because I feel like I really embarrassed him in front of his friend. But get your motherfucking shit together. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You should have been ready. Not you bringing me all the way out to Philly. You know what? Whatever. It's cool. Like, I get it. So, anyway, I'm just like, okay, well, went to sleep. His friends and them left the next morning. And at this point, it's just me and him. It's Saturday. So he's just like, man, like, I'm so sorry for yesterday. Like, let's go to breakfast. Let's go to the mall. We wanted to go to King of Prussia Mall or whatever. He's like, I want to take you shopping. So I was just like, all right, yeah, that's cool. So we went and we got some food or whatever. And then we went out to the mall. So now we're at the mall. He was just like, yeah, what you want? Like, we went into a couple stores and we went into, what's that one shoe store, y'all? I forget what it's called. But anyway, they got like all the shoes, like all the Yeezys, all the Jordans, all the shoes that you want. They got it in that bitch. So he's like, yeah, what you want? Like, what? Like, you can get whatever. And at the same time, I'm also texting my other friend who lives in Philly, a guy friend that I went to college with. I'm also texting him because he's like, what's up? I see you in Philly. I'm just like, yeah, I am in Philly. We going to King of Prussia. He's like, dang, I live real close to that. Like, I'm about to pull up on you. And I told him, like, I said, I'm cool. I said, that's cool. But just so you know, I'm here with a guy friend as well. You know, just so you know, so you're not like, oh, you're here with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I have nothing to hide. Yeah, I'm up here with a nigga. So just so you know, don't be surprised if you see me up here with a nigga. So I also told Todd, like, hey, my friend is coming up here that I went to college with. You know, he wanted to come say hey. And Todd was cool with it, whatever. So now I'm telling him where we at. We're inside the shoe store. And my friend from college was waiting outside the shoe store because he had seen us in there. But, you know, he was trying to be respectful. So he was just trying to wait a second. And I remember at the time, like, I really wanted some Yeezy slides, y'all. Y'all know Yeezy slides going for $300. I was like, I want these Yeezy slides. I want them. So he was just like, are you sure that's what you want? And I'm like, yeah, I want some Yeezy slides. So he goes and he tells the guys I want Yeezy slides, tells him what size. So the guy goes in the back to bring me out a pair to try on. While he do that, I got a text from my friend from Philly. He's like, oh, I'm outside. I'm like, okay, yeah, come in here. I'm just waiting to try these shoes on. We about to, you know, I'm about to go to another store. So he's like, all right. So mind you, I already had told Todd about my friend from college. Let me give him a name. I'm gonna call him Rod. I don't know. So I told Rod to come in. And, you know, he comes in. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, so good to see you. Like, yeah, I'm in your city. Like, what's up? You know, type shit like that. So we're talking back and forth. Rod, he says up to Todd. And yeah, that's just like how it is. He don't stay with us or nothing. He just wanted to say what's up and he went on his way. I'm like, yeah, you know, nice to see you. Thanks for coming up to see me. Ha ha ha, this and that. So anyway, we end up getting the Yeezys. And what happens then? We end up getting the Yeezys. And then Todd's like, all right, let's go. Like, cause you know, I still want to go to other stores and get you some clothes and stuff too. But I forget why we had to end up leaving the mall, y'all. I cannot remember why. We had to end up leaving the mall though. So we didn't even end up getting to go shower for some clothes. Cause I'm like, damn, some clothes. But it was cool. At least I had got some Yeezy slides or whatever. And then he got some shoes too. What shoes he get? I can't even remember. But I was fucking with my shit. I was like, ooh, look at my Yeezy slides. Like, y'all, I thought I was a shit. So I thought I was a shit. But I'm like, all right, cool. So then we're just like, all right, well, let's leave then because we got to go. We got to do something. Y'all, I cannot remember what we had to do, but we had to leave. So I remember we ended up back at the hotel. And I'm looking at my shoes. And I'm just like, thank you, thank you. He was like, yeah, I made up for last night. And I'm just like, yeah, you know. He was like, well, let's go have some fun tonight. Like, and I'm just like, yes, we can have some fun tonight. So I remember we got real cute. We went out to dinner. And y'all was low-key mad because I'm like, well, what are you about to wear tonight? He was just like, I'm about to just wear this. And I'm just like, you wore that last night. Y'all, I don't know what it was about this man. He had so much money, but he wore like the same 5 outfits. And his favorite brand was Polo. He wore a Polo everything. Polo hat, Polo shirt, Polo everything. And the Polo outfit he had on was cute, but it was just like, you wore that the night before, my nigga. Wear something else. And the outfit didn't stink or nothing, but it was just like, you know what? Fuck it. If that's what you feel comfortable in, let's go. Hey, y'all, I just remembered I actually did a video about Todd before in my his dick smelled like dog video. And I actually named Todd Fred, but I'm changing Fred to Todd. So Any videos moving forward, his name will be Todd. But if y'all want to check that his dick smelled like dog video, I'm going to post it at the end of this video. All right, bye. Because I'm like, what else did you bring? I didn't bring nothing. I just brought this outfit. Like, what's up with y'all dudes? Why would you come out to Philly for a whole weekend and only bring one outfit? I'm so confused. But whatever. So he's just like, yeah, like we just gonna go out with this. I'm gonna wear this. I'm just like, okay, all right. So we went out to dinner, y'all, and then afterwards he was just like, oh yeah, you know, let's go to this strip club. So I'm just like, I'm down. I love the strip club, and I have yet to go to a strip club in Philly. Of course, we go to the strip club, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's like this is about to be lit. And of course, all the strippers want to be around him because he's bringing in Watson cash. And he keep having them, you know, traded in for ones and whatnot. And he's giving me ones to throw. And he was making me so mad because he kept dictating, like, how I would throw the ones. Like, I would be like, oh. And he'll be like, okay, that's enough. Like, nigga, did you give me this money to throw? Because if you gave it to me to throw, then why are you worried about how I'm throwing it? Like, I'm not throwing all the money on just one chick. Like, I know how to do this. I'm true to this. I ain't new to this. Get you out of here. So I'm like, what was the point of you even giving me money to throw if you're just going to dictate how I throw it, which is so fucking annoying. So anyway, we're doing all that. I remember we went and got a private dance. That was cool. And like the night was overall fun there. Like it was cool. So after the strip club, I remember we just went back to the hotel because we was there pretty late. Like, and we was drunk too. So we had went back to the hotel, and that was the end of that night. So the next day we was leaving. And we had to leave out the hotel by 11 o'clock, but that was cool because we had a 5-hour drive, and then we was going to do Sunday Fun Day back in Pittsburgh. So it was lit. So now we're like, all right, cool. Let's go to get us a cheesecake before we leave. So now we're like, where can we go? What cheesecake place we going to go? My bad, y'all. I don't know why I keep saying cheesecake. Probably because I want something sweet. But no, cheese steak. So, of course, I go ahead and hit up Rod, you know, my friend Rod from college. He's like, oh, go to Ishka Bibbles. I'll meet y'all there. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So now me and Todd are going to Ishka Bibbles, and we're in there, and I'm telling Rod that we're here. So now we're all eating together. And I know Todd was just like, where the fuck do this nigga Rod keep coming from? But I'm just like, listen. That's my friend. I have nothing to hide from you. And you're the person I'm dating, and I didn't hide that from Rod. So I don't see what the issue is here, especially since Todd asked you if it was okay, and you said yes. So if you wasn't okay with it, you should have said no, but you was. So can't say shit else now. So now we're in there, and it's cool. Like, we're eating. I'm not going to lie. Ishka Bibbles, it's okay. I didn't think it was like, oh my gosh, Philly cheesesteaks. I ain't going to... Fight me. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, the fries was better than the actual cheesesteak itself. So now we say our goodbyes to Rod because we got to go on the road. And at this point, Todd definitely had to drive because I could not eat and then drive. I just can't. Like, I get too tired. So now Todd is just like, all right, come on. Like, let's go. Like, he's ready to go. I felt like he was like, he irritated with me. But I didn't care because at that point, I feel like I don't know. I just got to the point where I just feel like I just wasn't feeling him all like that no more. And like this trip kind of just confirmed it, even though he just bought me Yeezys. Like, I didn't care about all that. Like, whatever. So I'm just like, all right, fine. Come on, let's go. So now we go. And we're on our way back to Pittsburgh. Because like I said, it's Sunday Fun Day. And we're just driving down there. Normal drive, whatever. So now, bam, he drops me off at home, and I want to change and stuff. And y'all, I got my Yeezys on because I'm like, my Yeezys, yeah. Actually, did I even wear them that night? No, y'all, I didn't end up wearing them that day because when I tried them on again, I was just like, I kind of want a bigger size in this because I wasn't fully aware that Yeezys ran small. And when I tried them on, I was kind of distracted because I had Rod there and Todd there, and I was just like, oh, it's just too much going on. Yeah, I'll take those, but I should have got a size up. So a part of it was just like, let me wait because I'm gonna exchange them somewhere else. And so yeah, I didn't wear them that day, but I was so excited to wear my Yeezys, but it just wasn't that day. So anyway, we go to Sunday Fun Day and we're having a good time. You know, we're back with the group, Todd's group of friends and stuff again. And it had got another section. So of course I meet Chelsea out there and we're all out there. We're having a good time. Now there's just one boy who I guess you can say is in that friend group, but he never came outside for real. And I remember seeing him like one or two other times, like a year or so before. And I always thought he was so cute. Like, I still think he's so cute to this day. And he just so happened to be out, y'all. And when I tell y'all he was showing me so much attention, oh my goodness, y'all. I just wanted to like kiss that man right in the mouth. I know. But of course, I'm over here like, Todd is watching me. Like, I can't do that. And not only that, like, him and Todd weren't friends, but they knew of each other because like all the guys that were in their friend group, you know, they was all cool, you know, all mutuals and stuff. So of course I'm trying to be respectful to Todd because we did just come back from Philly together. But of course, cute guy don't know that. But he tried dancing with me. I'm not gonna lie, kind of like push him up off of me, and he was just like, oh, okay. And then like after that, he wasn't really messing with me, and I was so mad because I'm so mad I messed that up. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, if he ever gets me the time of day again, I'll never push him away for no nigga. I don't care. That nigga would have to be my husband. He would have to be my husband. But anyway, so yeah, I pushed him away and I was so mad. And Chelsea was like, see, you should never did that. You should have never did that. And I'm like, dang, I'm swole. And of course, Todd was just like, yeah, like, I appreciate you doing that. And it's just like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't even like you like that. Y'all, I know I was so shallow, but at the same time, I just didn't like Todd like that. Like I told you, I was trying to just use him for what I can get out of him, but I just couldn't do it for much longer. I couldn't. And honestly, there was like a couple other situations that happened after that night with me and Todd, and then we just haven't spoke to each other again. Actually, I seen him about a month or so later, and I remember because I think we started dating in like August, September. So a month later was October, and it was Halloween. And I went out for a Sunday Fun Day, and I had dressed up in like this angel costume. Remember them angel wings y'all saw? Yeah, I had dressed up with them angel wings, and then they just looked a lot better because it was newer and fresh and wasn't all beat up. But anyway, he was just like, oh, look who it is. The devil. He was calling me the devil. Like, now you're trying to be a smart ass because you see I'm a fucking angel. You're trying to call me the devil, whatever, nigga. But yeah, so of course me and Todd did not work out because I'm just not that chick who can just be nice and do whatever. Like, I can't do it. And he kept trying to make me his girlfriend. Like, I just met you. I feel like I just met you. He kept trying to make me his girlfriend. And I'm just like, I do not want a relationship right now. And that was not true. I just didn't want a relationship with him. So I just felt bad, you know what I'm saying, playing with other people's feelings, even though he was doing some weird stuff. Like, I remember one time we was all out at a bar and he had me sitting at this table, me and Chelsea, and he was buying us drinks. And then behind us, he was going to this other table and buying these other girls drinks. And he was trying to keep going back and forth between me and this girl. You know what? Let me just stop, because that's going to be a whole another story time within itself. I'm going to tell you that story time. Remember the story time I got to tell y'all about Todd, okay? Because that's his name. All right, Todd. Not his real name, but his name for this. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it here because this video is like an hour long, almost hour long, whatever. But anyway, y'all, thank you for tuning in to day 19. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.